Alrighty. Well, we'll go to this one then. Here we go. So back to the Julian Edelman Hall of Famer discussion. Should he go? Should he not? Not great in the regular season. Amazing in the postseason. How do you weigh him? Well, here we go. LeSean McCoy, he has his take on it. He says, quote, Hall of Famer? Nah, come on, man. And then also, LeSean McCoy on Julian Edelman, quote, I won't discredit anything from him because I think he's a great player. Plays with a lot of heart, a lot of attitude, a lot of passion, so I don't want to knock on his parade because he's retiring. He's a hell of a player. I don't know about the Hall of Fame. Alrighty, well, we made our discussion, we made our arguments, we made our points yesterday on the show saying, hey, I mean, the man played in 3 Super Bowls, won them all, and was kind of the main reason why they won them offensively, at least coming up clutch and big time and time again, down bigger, and he's still able to kind of give the momentum to his team by just his big catchability, getting it done on the goal line against that Seattle game to give them kind of the ultimate, lead there, putting the pressure on the Seahawks to go and get a touchdown and not settle for a field goal because they were up 4 points, making Russell Wilson have to throw that ball on the 2-yard line for the interception. So he does bring that kind of momentum and the pressure on the other teams when he's playing, and he's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons, which is exactly what you want from your wide receivers. He had 3 of them, a couple of 800 and 900-yard receiving seasons as well. He just doesn't have the longevity stats, and that's the Patriots kind of dynasty. They were like, we're just winning with great competitors. We don't need A1 tier 1 wide receivers. We don't need a DeAndre Hopkins. We don't need a Chris Carter out there. We don't need who's I'm blanking on the name, Jerry Rice. We don't need a Jerry Rice type player out there. We're just going to get solid players that will elevate when the time is right, that know how to win, when to go and get the biggest catch. And that's what Julian Edelman time and time again. So I think we got to reward him because he's a winner, folks. He won a Super Bowl MVP, 3 Super Bowl wins with he was the best receiver in all of those Super Bowls that he was playing in, regardless of the team he was on, the opponent's team, his team, he was the best wide receiver out there. So we make the argument that he does deserve to get into the Hall of Fame. And LeSean McCoy here, what has he done? He joined a stacked Bucs team to finally win a ring, and he's only got one touchdown in the postseason. One touchdown in the postseason in his. Look at what he did for his ring. Look at what LeSean McCoy did for his ring this year. First game against Washington, didn't play. Second game against the Saints, didn't play. Or he did play, but he didn't do anything. He literally did nothing, folks. It's the same that he didn't play. He didn't even step out onto the field. And then on the NFC Championship game against the Packers, once again, not doing anything. Barely got out. He was on 2% of the snaps, the offensive snaps out there. Congratulations. That's what you did. You were out on the field. You didn't do anything. And then for the Super Bowl, he didn't even play. So that's what LeSean McCoy did for his ring. He did nothing. He joined Tom Brady. He joined the super team of the Bucs to win his ring. Julian Edelman is out here being the reason why they won the ring in the playoff games and the Super Bowl games. He was always the reason why they won those rings. LeSean McCoy saying, you don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but you're doing nothing. LeSean McCoy only has 1 postseason touchdown. So I guess we can definitively say that LeSean McCoy does not deserve to be a Hall of Famer. He doesn't. He didn't do anything in the postseason. He never did anything in the Super Bowl. So what are we talking about here? Got to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs the year before that, also did not play. So I don't know what LeSean McCoy is trying to do out here, slandering other players, trying to hold other players out of the Hall of Fame, because this man knows he has 0 chance of getting into the Hall of Fame. 0 work on his kind of ring that he has, and nothing else. Couldn't even do anything. And the thing about, the Hall of Fame is that why are we celebrating regular season stats and longevity stats in the Hall of Fame? what does that prove? You were good against kind of mediocre teams in the regular season, and then when you had it, you were forced to play equal or greater competition in the playoffs. You didn't perform well, and we're supposed to kind of reward you for that? Like, I don't get how you could be in the Hall of Fame with 0 rings. You're telling me you were one of the greatest to ever play the game in the history of the NFL, but that for a full season, you couldn't be like the best player, you couldn't be the best wide receiver, you couldn't be clutch as heck, but you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Julian Edelman literally won 3 rings almost single-handedly by himself. I mean, I don't want to say by himself. I want to say he was the clutch ability. He was kind of the determining factor in all of those Super Bowls. So, yes, he doesn't have the career stats. Yes, he doesn't have the longevity stats, but he got it done when it matters most. Why you play to win the game. Win. Are you winning? Are you a winner? Because Julian Edelman is, and LaShawn McCoy's not. So, that's where we are with the Julian Edelman kind of take. But and not everybody kind of says that this man should not be in the Hall of Fame. We got a player right now advocating for him to be in the Hall of Fame. Guess who it is? His old pal, Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski believes Julian Edelman, quote, has a great possibility to be a Hall of Famer. Let's see what this man's saying. He's probably saying that because he's like, hang on, I'm going to be up for, Hall of Fame soon as well, and I want to get in there as well. Alrighty, so let's see what Rob Gronkowski says. Well, first of all, Rob Gronkowski told TMZ he believes Edelman isn't done yet, saying, quote, he'll be back, yeah. Well, I don't think Julian Edelman's going to be playing again, but Rob Gronkowski, he's like, hang on, I retired once and I came back, and Julian Edelman's going to do the same thing. And the reason why kind of Rob Gronkowski retired the first time is because he was still under contract with the Patriots and he didn't want to play with the Patriots, so he had to retire. Julian Edelman, he got cut by the Patriots, so he could have gone anywhere. So I really don't agree with Rob Gronkowski here in the fact that Julian Edelman is going to come out of retirement and play again. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, he was free and clear to go anywhere. Now, maybe, he's retiring right now and, he sees the offseason workouts and, he's like, all right, maybe I do want to play. Then maybe, but I still don't see that really happening. But let's go back to what Gronkowski was saying. Here we go. All right, quote, I definitely think he's a great possibility to be a Hall of Famer. Gronkowski said he's a beast, and the numbers just don't show everything that he brings to the table, the attitude, the competitiveness that he has. And once again, that's kind of reflecting on what Bill Belichick said in the quote that we read yesterday, that, he's just the ultimate competitor in the highest situations, in the biggest games. He steps up. What more do you want, man? In the highest games, you step up. You get it done in the biggest games. There's no bigger game than the Super Bowl. After you win the Super Bowl, the season's over. There's not another game to be had after the Super Bowl. That is the biggest game. That is the pinnacle achievement in the NFL, the Super Bowl. The man's got three most wide receivers. Look at all these wide receivers in the Hall of Fame that have 0 rings. Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Steve Largent, James Lofton, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, Charlie Taylor. What else we get? Charlie Joyner, Calvin Johnson, Andre Reed. I mean, all of these wide receivers were great, and they got it done in the regular season, but they never won the big game, man. So you honestly should have at least 1 ring to be in the Hall of Fame, honestly. If you're not the best, if you weren't able to kind of elevate your own team for one season, give me 1 season of you being the best, being on top, winning a championship, being a champion. Give me at least 1. But some of these wide receivers can't even get the 1. And just look at how many have 3 like Julian Edelman has. Just Jerry Rice, he's got 3. Michael Irvin, he's got 3. Art Monk, he's got 3. Lynn Swan's got 4 out here, man. He's got 4. When did this man play? The 70s. Jeez, the 70s. Woof. Alrighty. So, I mean, what are we doing out here? Obviously, Jerry Rice is, the best wide receiver that there is. He got the champions. He has the yards. He has all the stats with the champions. I mean, we've got players in the Hall of Fames with the stats, but no championships, man. Julian Edelman has not great stats. They're obviously not great. When we look at kind of what Pro Football Reference kind of ranks the worst wide receiver that is currently in the Hall of Fame, he has 8,000 yards and 84 touchdowns, but only one ring. Julian Edelman, 6,000 yards, so 2,000 yards less and 36 touchdowns. Now, that is a lot less touchdowns, 36 compared to 84, but the yards are kind of decently close, and he's got 2 more rings and a Super Bowl MVP, and he was the reason why he won those Super Bowls. So, man, oh man, the argument is never gonna, go away. This article even says it on here. What does he write? The debate, while not the strongest, can live on in the endless forum that is Twitter. Gronkowski is sold on his stance. We'll have to wait to see if his predictions come true. So, honestly, I mean, we have to wait a couple of years. What is it, like 2, 3, or 4 years after you retire before you're eligible for the Hall of Fame? So we'll have to wait to see if Julian Edelman gets in, but I think he would have my vote, honestly. You're a winner. You're a champion. You got it done in the clutchest games. You got it done when the competition was at the best. The Super Bowl. That is, theoretically the best team in the AFC versus the best team in the NFC. And Julian Edelman was always on the best team in the AFC, and he got it done. He rose to the occasion. He was the best wide receiver, like we said, in all of those games that he played against theoretically the other second best team that is in the league of that season. And Julian Edelman rose to the occasion time and time again. I don't care what you did in the regular season. I mean, that's like being good against the Bengals when Joe Burrow went down. Okay, congrats. You beat a Joe Burrow-less Bengals team. Is that supposed to impress us in the regular season, week 7? Congrats. You were a good week 7. You put up 300 yards when they had absolutely no defense. When you faced the worst team in the league, you had 400 yards. Congratulations, but you didn't win the big game. So what are we doing out here? You weren't a champion. You weren't a champion. Y'all love not winning. Why do y'all love not winning? I don't get it. Everybody wants to have great stats, but nobody wants to win. I'm about winning. Can you win the gosh darn game? Can you be a champion? Can you just win? Are you winning? Are you winning consistently? That's all I truly care about in sports. Are you winning? Are you winning? Are you beating the best teams? Are you winning? Are you getting into the playoffs consistently? Are you being one of the best teams in the league consistently? Are you winning? Hello? Are you winning? No? Then why are we talking about you? If you're not winning, then whatever you're doing is either not enough or it doesn't matter because you're not winning. Julian Edelman was a winner. He's a winner. He is a winner. Winner. Hall of Fame. You're not putting a winner in the Hall of Fame. You got losers in the Hall of Fame. You've got people in the Hall of Fame that have never won a championship or have lost in the big game, and y'all put losers in the Hall of Fame? Okay. That's not my Hall of Fame. Julian Edelman's going on my Hall of Fame. I don't care anymore. If y'all going to snub him, he's going to get the Takes by Fans Hall of Fame, and he's going to be the first player in there because we don't even have that created yet. So Julian Edelman is the first player in the Takes by Fans Hall of Fame. Congratulations. That's pretty damn good. Alrighty, let's keep moving on because I could honestly just go every single day from now until his Hall of Fame until his Hall of Fame eligibility year and just keep going and defending the man. But we'll have to cut it short because, I mean, we are just taking up way too much time in these shows now defending this man. Alrighty, let's move